Whoa, he missed.
What? No, he didn't.
Yeah, he missed.
No, he tackled him.
No, he missed him.
Clearly he tackled him.
No, the cameraman. He missed him. Totally missed him. What on earth are you watching? Didn't you see? It's like, woo, went right by him. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Oh. C-A-N-O-N, 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 C-A-N-O-n.
Fred, seriously.
If you want to, you will win. Cannon.
Football.
Cannon.
Football. Where? Football.
I am trying to watch the game.
Well, welcome to Marriage Matters Monday, where this week we wanted to share with you the emphasis on how men need desire relationship shoulder to shoulder. We women, we want to be face to face with our man, or we connect well face to face, but men want to be shoulder to shoulder. So, you probably find yourself, ladies, asking yourself, but I don't want to do that, or do I have to do that? That's probably what you're asking yourself. Do I have to do that? Hi, Fred.
Hi, Elizabeth.
So this whole concept of appreciating your man's desire to have shoulder-to-shoulder relationship is super important.
Especially now that we're getting into the time of year when you will probably be spending a lot of time together, and there are a lot of great games happening now, and your husband probably wants to watch them, or there are probably some shows on television that he wants to see and would actually really appreciate it if you were there with him, whether it's sports or fishing or hunting or camera gear reviews.
Oh my goodness, and he does, can I just tell you, he watches some camera gear reviews.
I am a photographer.
Yes, he does. Okay, so what does this look like? For the ladies, our biggest challenge is oftentimes, it's like when we're dating, we are present and in the moment, and we'll go to that game or we'll watch football. Even if we don't like it, we don't say anything about it because we're trying to make a good first impression. But then we get married, and kind of what happens?
And then when you get married, all of a sudden she goes from being your cheerleader to being your commentator to being your critic. And what once was cool is now childish.
Childish, that's exactly the right word. Where we can be so bad. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. We just can be really not great about appreciating what our man appreciates. So what happens is
stuff like this. It's either something very simple like
well, that might be pretty accurate. Or the eye roll, like, really? I mean, is that really that important?
Or the latest addition to our vocabulary, tisking, Tisking.
Okay, so our boys might say, really? Really? Seriously? Seriously?
Hashtag really.
Hashtag seriously. Okay, so anyway, so the goal in marriage to energize your spouse with this shoulder-to-shoulder time is choosing to do something that he enjoys without a lot of talking or commentating or being a critic of it, and actually just enjoying it with him.
That's right. And the whole example of the football game, that actually is real life. Because when the game is on, I mean, the last time we sat down to watch a game was around 2012 because we've just been so busy.
That's really
and
true.
I'm literally watching the game like, saying, look at that, look at that, look at that. And Elizabeth was saying, it was an incomplete pass. And I said, but did you see the size of that lens on the sideline? Because that's really, that's part of what interests me when I'm watching the games, is to see what gear is out there. So Elizabeth would ask questions like, that was really big, what was that? And of course I would probably...
We're talking about the lenses,
yes,
right?
And I would... PG, hello. And of course I know I was responding in a very unloving way because I expected that because it was an interest of mine and something that I studied, that Elizabeth should have all that knowledge too. And of course, when it comes to your favorite sports team or your favorite whatever program, chances are, gentlemen, if you have an interest in it, you probably have a knowledge base greater than your spouse. And if you choose to shame her or shun her or condemn her because she's asking questions because she just doesn't know, the likelihood of her actually wanting to enjoy it with you goes down to 0.
Okay, so but ladies, here's a help for you. Rather than asking all of those questions of trying to learn and understand more, it probably would be important to save that for after the heat of the moment of the watching, whether it's you're watching football or you're watching camera reviews. Okay. So anyway, so save those so that you're not, in the heat of the highlight of the game, asking those questions. That becomes really, really helpful. So I want to give you a couple other tips too. We're going to use football as an example. If you sit down to watch football with your man, the goal is minimal talking, minimal commenting, minimal critiquing, but be engaged. In other words, you're not sitting next to him shoulder to shoulder with your face in a book or on your laptop or constantly on your phone, telling him what you're seeing on Facebook or what you're, the conversation that you're engaging with on Facebook, which is going to distract him from what he's trying to watch. These are things that, just be respectful of. This is something that he enjoys. Now, one other thing I want to share too that occurred to me was also be thinking about how can you support your man and what he does. So Fred's actually wearing a Texas Revolution shirt.
Go Reds. Season coming up. Get your tickets.
That's right, because he's the official photographer there. And so as his wife, it's my heart to go and support him in pursuing his passion, which is photography. So I go not just to watch the game, but I go to watch him in action and then to be able to encourage him and really support him and promote him as well in something that he loves to do. So I encourage you to think about what is something that your man loves to do. It could be working on cars, or it could be attending some type of event, or there's any number of things, but choose to be proactive and engage in that activity with him.
I want to tell you that this isn't just a let's beat upon the wives to make them, completely conform to what the husband wants to do. At the same time, gentlemen, I want to share with you that it takes on both sides some give. So something, gentlemen, that you can do to get your wife to take interest in what you're doing. And I'm not saying this is a one-for-one thing, but guys, think about what it is that your wife enjoys doing. Now, Elizabeth coming out, and she doesn't have to come to the games. And there's many times where she's like, I'm kind of tired, and I just look at her and she goes, well, I'll go anyway. And that does energize me. And so what I try to do is when Elizabeth is excited about something that she wants to go and see or go and do, or even if it's just a program on television, like whatever program she wants to watch, I make it a point to back away from my computer, put the cameras down, put down everything else, and just sit there and watch the program with her. Now, she enjoys a lot of dance programs, and and I don't know very many dance programs, but I can. Yeah. All right. And so, I'll watch the programs and just enjoy it. We went to our son's winter concert, fine arts concert showcase last week, and there were a couple of dances there, and I'm familiar with some of the terms, but I wasn't quite sure. But rather than in the middle of the program where she was really enjoying it, I just waited, and it wasn't like 2 or 3 days later when, I'm a guy, so it was kind of slow, but I remembered I had a question, so I asked her, and so she explained it to me. But it does pay off to invest in your spouse. Yeah,
totally agree with that. So that is your tip for this week, which is energizing your spouse. For the men, it's shoulder to shoulder. And so ladies, make a concerted effort to do something shoulder to shoulder with your man, especially heading into the holidays where you might be taking vacation, or especially during those days where you're off from work, and take time to energize your man shoulder to shoulder, whether it's watching a playoff game. Go Cowboys, since they're in the playoffs, just saying.
Boo, Giants!
Okay, I don't know about the Giants, but, I know about the Giants, but I don't know about why we're booing the Giants. But okay, we digress. So anyway, shoulder to shoulder. So that's your challenge. We look forward to hearing your comments, the things that you would like to see on future Marriage Matters Monday, and we appreciate you tuning in and pray that you have a wonderful week.
See ya.
See ya.